Hello viewers, peace be upon you. In today's video, we're going to tell you about the Wendigo and many other mysterious creatures that we'll be showing you in this videos. So without wasting any time, let's get straight into it. If you're new to our channel, don't forget to subscribe and share this video with your friends so you never miss any of our exciting and spooky stories. Now, let's begin the video. In the cold, endless forests of North America, where the wind howls through the trees and snow covers the ground like a ghostly blanket, an ancient legend has survived for centuries. It's a story whispered by campfires and passed down through generations of Native American and Canadian First Nations tribes. It is the story of a creature so terrifying, so hungry, that even its name is feared to be spoken aloud. This is the legend of the Wendigo, a monster born from winter. The Wendigo comes from the folklore of the Algonquin-speaking peoples, including the Cree, Ojibwe, and Innu tribes, who live deep in the northern woodlands of Canada and the Great Lakes region. According to legend, the Wendigo is not just a monster, but a warning. It represents greed, hunger, and the darkness that lives inside the human heart. The story begins in the dead of winter, when food was scarce and survival was uncertain. Imagine being trapped in a frozen wilderness, your family starving, your mind slipping into madness. The legend says that in such desperate moments, if a person ever resorted to cannibalism, to eating human flesh, they would be cursed and transformed into a Wendigo, a creature of endless hunger and icy evil. What does the Wendigo look like? Descriptions of the Wendigo vary, but they all agree on one thing. It is horrifying beyond imagination. Some say it stands over 10 feet tall, with long, thin limbs and skin stretched tight across its bones. Its eyes glow with a deadly hunger, its mouth filled with sharp, jagged teeth. Others say it looks like a decaying corpse, with bits of ice forming on its face and antlers sprouting from its skull like a demonic deer. The Wendigo's heart is said to be made of ice, and its soul is a black void that can never be filled. No matter how much it eats, it remains starving, forever cursed by its own greed. The spirit of hunger. But the Wendigo is more than a creature. It's a spirit, a dark force that moves through the forest, infecting people with its hunger. According to tribal stories, the Wendigo can possess humans, twisting their minds and driving them insane until they crave flesh. Once possessed, the person loses their humanity and becomes one with the monster. In some stories, the Wendigo whispers to travelers lost in the snow, calling their names, luring them deeper into the forest, where they vanish forever. The sound of the wind itself is said to carry the Wendigo's voice, a hollow, crying moan that freezes your blood. True encounters and historical accounts. Believe it or not, stories of the Wendigo aren't just legends told around the fire. There are recorded cases of people claiming to have seen or even been attacked by the creature. In the late 1800s, fur traders and missionaries in Canada began writing about strange stories they heard from the native tribes. Stories of a monster stalking the woods. One of the most infamous cases was that of Swift Runner, a Cree man who lived in Alberta. During the brutal winter of 1878, Swift Runner and his family were trapped by snow, running out of food. When rescue teams arrived months later, they found evidence of cannibalism. Swift Runner confessed that he had been haunted by dreams and voices, and claimed that the Wendigo spirit had possessed him, driving him to kill and eat his family. He was executed, but his story spread across Canada, fueling belief in the Wendigo curse. Psychological and modern explanations. By the early 20th century, anthropologists and psychologists began studying the legend of the Wendigo more seriously. They discovered a term in medical literature called Wendigo psychosis. Wendigo psychosis is described as a rare psychological condition in which a person develops an intense craving for human flesh and an irrational fear of becoming a cannibal. This disorder was reported among several Algonquin-speaking communities, though modern science now debates whether it was real or a cultural myth used to explain extreme behavior during famine. Even today, many people believe that the Wendigo is both a supernatural being and a symbol of human greed, the hunger that can never be satisfied. The Wendigo in pop culture. The Wendigo legend has inspired countless movies, TV shows, and books. It appears in Supernatural, Until Dawn, The X-Files, Pet Sematary, Adlers, and even Marvel Comics, where it is depicted as a monstrous creature haunting the Canadian wilderness. However, the original stories are far darker and more spiritual. The Wendigo isn't just a beast, it's a mirror. It shows what happens when people lose control of their morality and humanity in the face of hunger, greed, or isolation. Is the Wendigo still out there? Even today, strange reports continue to surface from northern Canada and the Great Lakes region. Hunters, campers, and hikers claim to have seen enormous, shadowy creatures moving silently through the trees. Some have found strange footprints in the snow, larger than any known animal. Others report eerie howling sounds echoing across frozen lakes, or trees scratched high above the reach of any bear. In some indigenous communities, elders still warn people never to travel alone at night and never to whistle in the woods after dark, for fear of calling the Wendigo. Whether these are just tales to scare children or something far more sinister is a question no one has answered completely. The symbol of endless greed, the legend of the Wendigo, is more than just a ghost story. It's a powerful metaphor that still feels relevant today. In Native belief, the Wendigo represents insatiable greed, a hunger that destroys everything it touches. It's not just about eating flesh, it's about consuming life, destroying the balance between nature and humanity. Some modern storytellers use the Wendigo as a symbol for corporate greed, environmental destruction, and the dark side of human ambition. In that sense, the Wendigo is still with us, just in a different form. Final thoughts. The forests of North America hold many mysteries, but none so haunting as the legend of the Wendigo. Whether it's a real creature, a spirit, or simply the embodiment of human evil, its story continues to chill the imagination. Maybe the Wendigo isn't lurking in the woods. Maybe it's inside us all. Every time we take more than we need, every time we put greed above compassion, we feed the spirit of the Wendigo. So, the next time the cold wind blows through the trees and you hear something whisper your name in the darkness, ask yourself, is it just the wind? Or is the Wendigo